Then there comes the next and main section of the book, the main body of the book, with regard to the three principles which are contained in the title of the book. So Shaykh Fawzan, Hafidhahullah, he brings the heading here: الرسالة الرابعة الأصول الثلاثة التي تجب معرفتها. الأصل الأول معرفة الله عز وجل. He said the fourth treatise. So here we've completed the first initial three treatises of the book. And he says the fourth treatise: the three fundamental principles which it is obligatory to have knowledge of. And he mentions the first of them, al-asl al-awwal, the first fundamental principle, ma'rifatullahi azza wa jal, knowledge and awareness of Allah, the Mighty and Majestic. And then comes the saying of the author Shaykh al-Islam Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab rahimahullah: فَإِذَا قِيلَ لَكَ ما هي الأصول الثلاثة التي تجب معرفتها فقل معرفة العبد ربه ودينه ونبيه محمدا صلى الله عليه وسلم. So here comes the first part of the text of the actual main body of the book, the actual three fundamental principles that the author said. So if it is said to you, what are the three fundamental principles which must be known? Then say, the servant's knowledge of his Lord and his religion and his Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Shaykh Fawzan said in explanation, his saying al-Usool, the fundamental principles, al-Usool, he said this is the plural of asl. Usool is the plural of asl. And he defines what is the meaning of asl in the Arabic language. He said al-asl is that which something else is built upon. Al-asl, a fundamental foundation, is that which something else is built upon. And the word al-far', a branch or a detail, is that which is built on something else. In other words, you have something which is built on some structure. The foundation is the asl. Plural of that is usool. And that which is built subsidiary or as built upon it, or a detail of it, is called a far', a detail or a branch. He said, so therefore these matters that are being dealt with here now, knowledge, a person's knowledge of his Lord, his religion and his Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, these matters are called usool. Why is that? The Shaykh said, so therefore these matters are called usool, fundamental principles, because other matters from the religion are built upon them. The rest of the religion of Islam is built upon these three fundamental matters: knowledge of our Lord, knowledge of the religion, and knowledge of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So therefore they are called usool, fundamental principles, because the matter of the religion is built upon them. And the whole of the religion pivots upon these three fundamentals. Then the Shaykh brings a grammar point here with regard to the structure of this start of the sentence. He said, he's saying ma'rifatul abdi rabbahu, and he comments upon the grammar of this sentence. Whoever's covered this grammar, then they'll understand the point without much explanation, and whoever hasn't covered this grammar point, they may find it somewhat difficult to explain. But it's a grammar point anyway. It's just a point of grammar. So he said, so just quickly run through it. The Shaykh said, he's saying ma'rifatul abdi rabbahu. He said rabbahu, his Lord, with a fatha on it, rabbahu. This is mansoob. This is in the accusative case, because it is the object of ma'rifah, to know. Because the masdar, the verbal noun, ma'rifah, knowledge, is attached to the ism al-fa'il, is attached to the active particle, al-abd. And the verbal noun, if it is attached to something, it acts in the manner of its verb, with the scholars of the Arabic grammar. So the verbal noun here is attached and it acts in the manner of the verb. So just to summarize this, And the Shaykh is saying that ma'rifatul abdi rabbahu. This word ma'rifah is a noun, but it's behaving as if it were a verb. It's behaving like a verb. It makes the object of the verb mansub. In this case it means that's clear by the fact that it's got a fatha on it. In other words, it's a case of a noun acting in the manner of a verb. So it's as if it's being said, أَن يَعْرِفَ الْعَبْدُ رَبَّهُ. But as we said, it's a purely grammar point. Then the Shaykh said, he's basically just explaining why Rabbahu has got a fatha on it. Then the Shaykh said, his saying وَدِينَهُ وَنَبِيَّهُ, and his religion and his prophet, this is joined. مَعْطُوفٌ عَلَيْهِ, this is also joined. I mean, the same grammar point applies here. It's joined to the word in the accusative case. Then the Shaykh said, these are the fundamentals of the religion in general. Servant's knowledge of his Lord, knowledge of his religion, knowledge of his Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These are the fundamental principles of the religion in general. And their details will follow in the speech of the Shaykh rahimahullah, if Allah wishes. In the rest of the book gives us the details of these three fundamentals. Then the Shaykh raises an important question, that why are these three fundamentals here so important? Why are they particularized and given importance to? So the Shaykh said, why are these three fundamental principles specifically mentioned? Then the Shaykh answers, because they are the foundations of the religion of Islam, and because they are the matters about which the servant will be asked when he is placed in his grave. They're the fundamentals of Islam, and these are the three questions which a person will be asked when he is placed in his grave. Every person, you and me and everyone, which a person will be asked when he is placed in his grave. These three questions. Because the servant, when he is placed in his grave and the earth has been laid over him and the people have departed from him, returning to their families, then two angels will come to him in the grave, and his soul will be returned to his body, and he will be given life, hayatan barzakhiyya. He will be given a life of the barzakh, life of the transitional period between this life and the hereafter, life of the barzakh. It is not a life like the life of this world. It is a life which Allah knows best about. So they will make him sit up in his grave, and they will say to him, Man Rabbuk, who is your Lord? Wama dinuk, and what is your religion? Waman Nabiyuk, and who is your Prophet? So the believer, the mu'min, the true believer will say, Rabbi Allah, wa dini al-Islam, wa Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam Nabi. So the true believer will say, my Lord is Allah, and my religion is Islam, and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is my Prophet. So it will be said to him, Kayfa arafta? How did you know that? So he will say, I read the book of Allah, so I understood it, and I knew. So then a caller will call out that Sadaqa Abdi, my servant has spoken the truth. So they will lay out for him a bed from Jannah, from paradise, and they will open for him a door to paradise, and his grave will be extended for him as far as the eye can see, and the fragrance of paradise and its gentle breeze will come upon him. So he will look to his living place in paradise, and he will say, Ya Rabbi, aqim as-sa'a, O my Lord, establish the hour so that I can return to my family and my wealth. Then the Shaykh said, as for the murtab, as for the doubter, the person of doubts, who lived upon misgivings and doubt and lack of certainty, even if he claimed to be upon Islam, if he had doubts and misgivings about the religion of Allah, like the munafiq, like the hypocrite, then what will happen to him in the grave? He will stutter, he will stammer. So when they say to him, Man Rabbuk, who is your Lord? He will say, La adri, I do not know. And when they say, Ma dinuk, what is your religion? He will say, La adri, I do not know. And when it is said, Man nabiyuk, who is your prophet? He will say, La adri. La adri. Sami'tu an-nasi yaquluna shay'an faqultu. He will say, when it is said to him, who is your prophet? He will say, I do not know. I do not know. I heard the people saying something, so I said it. In a footnote they mention that verification of this hadith is preceded on page 20. That's page 20 of this Lebanese edition. And as we had there, this hadith is reported in abridged form by al-Bukhari as hadith 1338, and by Muslim as hadith 2870, from a hadith of Anas radiallahu anhu. And the full long hadith about the questioning in the grave, the full long hadith is reported by Abu Dawood as hadith 4753, from a hadith of al-Bara ibn Azib radiallahu anhuma, and it was declared sahih, authentic by Shaykh al-Albani. So then Shaykh Fawzan continued, referring to this last person, meaning that in the world he used to just say whatever the people said, without having iman, true faith, and Allah's refuge is sought. This hypocrite, who outwardly displayed Islam, whilst he did not believe it in his heart, rather he outwardly showed it to gain worldly benefits, to gain the benefits of this world. So he said, in the world, my Lord is Allah, but he did not truly believe it. His heart denied it, and Allah's refuge is sought. He used to say, my religion is Islam, but he did not have iman in Islam. He did not truly believe in Islam. His heart denied it. He used to say, my prophet is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but he did not truly believe in in the messengership of Muhammad in his heart. Rather he said it upon his tongue only. This is the munafiq, this is the hypocrite. So it will be said to him, La darayt wa la talayt. You did not read, and you did not, or rather you did not know, and you did not read. So he will be struck with an iron sledgehammer, which will cause him to scream in such a manner that if men and jinn were to hear it, they would drop down dead. It will be heard by everything except for mankind. If he were to hear it, he would fall down dead, meaning he would die from terror. I mean, if men were to hear that scream of the hypocrite, they would die in terror of that, what they heard. Then the Shaykh said, and he will be crushed in his grave until his ribs cross over, and a gate to the fire will be open for him, and its fierce and poisonous wind, its samum, its fierce and poisonous wind will come upon him, and its heat, and he will say, oh my Lord, do not establish the hour. Obviously he knows that the hour will be even worse. So he will say, oh my Lord, do not establish the hour. Shaykh said, this will be his life and his condition in the grave, and Allah's refuge is sought. Because he did not give the correct answer. And therefore a caller will call out, An kadhaba abdi, that my servant has lied. So they will lay out for him a bed from the fire, and they will open for him a door to the fire, and Allah's refuge is sought. So then the Shaykh said, so since these matters are this important, it is obligatory upon us to learn them and to hold them as our creed and belief. And it is not sufficient just to learn them alone. Rather, we learn them and we hold them as our creed, and we have iman in them, we believe in them, and we act upon them for as long as we live, hoping that Allah makes us firm at the questioning in the grave. Allah the Most High says, يُثَبِّتُ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِالْقَوْلِ الثَّابِتِ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ وَيُضِلُّ اللَّهُ الظَّالِمِينَ وَيَفْعَلُ اللَّهُ مَا يَشَاءُ. Surah Ibrahim, the 14th Surah, Ayah 27, with the explanation. Allah makes firm those who truly believe with the firm saying in the life of this world and in the hereafter. And Allah misguides the disbelieving wrongdoers. And Allah does whatever He wishes. Shaykh Fawzan said, so these three fundamental principles have tremendous importance. And therefore the Shaykh focused upon them in this treatise. And he clarified them so that we should study them and carefully examine them or carefully study them, and so that we should hold them as our creed and belief and act upon them, hoping that Allah should make us and you firm with the firm saying in the life of this world and in the hereafter.